Afternoon, everyone. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk, back to you on a Monday, kicking the week off. And we had a wonderful MindShift Monday discussion, very lively. And what we touched on was a list. This is Regina Brett, turned 90 years old. Now it said, but I don't know what date she turned 90 years old. And she had a column, a most popular column. And one of the things she did as she turned 90, she decided to write out the 42 life lessons that life taught her. I'll try that again. She decided to write out 42 lessons that life had taught her. And she says it's the most requested column that she'd ever written. And so she decided to bring it out and publish it again. Now, in the article that I've put beside it, I've listed out not 42, I've listed out the first 7, which is what we used today for our MindShift Monday discussion group, and it was very rich. So here we go. The first one is life isn't fair. But it's still good. When in doubt, just take the next small step. Isn't that what we really need to do? When in doubt, just take the next small step. Number 3, life is too short. Enjoy it. We talked a lot about letting go this morning. We talked a lot about harboring things up and who's going to be right and who's going to be wrong and trying to, oh my goodness. You know, life is short. Choose your battles. And if you don't have to have a battle, choose your boundary. It was really rich. So life is too short. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Number 4, your job won't take care of you when you're sick. Your job will not take care of you when you are sick. Well, you might want to argue, yeah, well, I have benefits and blah, blah, blah. You know what? The job itself will not take care of you when you are sick. Your friends and your family will. Oh, there was a little discussion around that for families that aren't close. But you know, there's a trust in the goodness of people and the knowing that there's help there. So the job isn't going to do it. If you're married to your job, think again. Next one was pay off your credit cards every month. There was very little discussion about that. You are responsible. You buy something, go to the bank and pay it in cash. Or if you use the credit card, get your rewards, go home and transfer it from your bank account. Pay it off. Pay it off. Credit cards will get you in trouble if you forget that they're cash. Go, use the credit card, then pay it off every month. That was short and sweet on discussion there too. Here's number 6. You don't have to win every argument. Stay true to yourself. That one was really interesting. Yes, we can get into arguments, but we recognized as well as the word was coming out of our mouths, argument. Argument is this. I'm going to, the one up. I'm going to get, oh, what about this? You know, if we change the word argument, we'll go back away from this to discussion, sharing opinions. Now, at some points, you're going to have to just say, you know, we're not going to agree on this. This isn't about forcing each other to an agreement. In fact, I don't even think this is about coming to consensus. I think this is about let's just agree to disagree and let it alone. You see? Isn't that much more cool? So we have to watch which arguments we're going to take on. And we don't have to win every argument. Stay true to yourself. And here was number 7, was really interesting as well. Cry. Yes, cry. With someone else. It's more healing than crying alone. Now, interestingly, to me, that was a no-brainer. But we opened up the discussion around it. It was really interesting about pity parties. well, if I'm going to have a pity party, I'm going to do it by myself. And somebody else would say, yeah, I'm in for a pity party. I'm going to call and dump my guts, and I'm just going to keep dumping and dumping and dumping. So I thought, oh my goodness, just because there was a no-brainer for me, because it is good to cry with others, because then you realize you're not in the soup all alone. You're not the only one this is happening to. But it's true. When you want to have a pity party, if you really want to do it right, you just get by yourself and bury yourself, and you scream and fight and argue with yourself and cry. 5 minutes. That's it. Okay, I had 10 fingers up there. Even if you did it 10 minutes, put a timer on, say, okay, so that feels much better. Now, what am I going to do about it? Because you'll either stay there in that mess, or you'll come to your senses and say, gotta let that one go. Gotta decide what I'm doing. I'm not going to live that way. Therefore, I have to decide the other way I want to live. You see, that's what happens. Those were the first 7 out of 42. I suspect that we'll take on another 7 next MindShift Monday. If you ever want to come, it's free. It's at 12 noon. It's on Zoom, and it's 1 hour, roughly. We're usually 1 hour, 10 minutes at the most, even when we go overtime a little bit. But it's an excellent way to just share with other people, going over some interesting topics and see where the conversation goes. It's Coach Sandra, Compassionate Queen of Straight Talk. So happy to be wishing you a wonderful evening. And don't forget, you can do it. You know what? I can help. All the best.